Greetings, Peanutians, and in light of a very helpful and informative spreadsheet document that was created by a person by the name of Jay Shi, I might have butchered that name, I thought I would attempt to simplify the information further and offer a non-reading option for people who prefer these types of things via a video format. This spreadsheet is for the Legion Artifact System, but is also called the Union Artifact System in Korea, but I may accidentally call it either or during this video, so please be aware that I may say the same thing when I mean the other one, so yeah. Speaking of terminology, the creator also wrote out their own terminology section too, those being crystals having 3 different stats, whose level determines the level of stats they give, Artifact EXP, which are used to level up your overall Legion Artifact level, which in turn increases the max number of crystals allowed and also to obtain Artifact AP. Artifact AP, which are used to increase the level of crystals, Artifact Points, which are used to either change the stats on said crystal or extend the duration of said stats. And yes, you heard that right, this new system needs to be maintained. More on that later. Some basic information to cover are the following. Also, before that, a disclaimer. Any and all information, as usual, may or may not be the same upon release, and all information present here was taken from a guide that was translated directly from Korean MapleStory. So there may or may not be some changes or differences here and there when released in GMS. So I'll do my best to note these changes in either the description or the comment section in a pinned comment below, if there is any changes that need to be noted. And with that being said, back to the basic information. Legion Artifact is shared across the same world, exactly like the Legion system we have now, of which it can be accessed via the same UI. To get Artifact EXP and points, you must do 3 different types of missions. Basic missions, these are simple missions such as hunting mobs around your level and simply by logging in. Boss missions, these boss kill missions only take the 3 highest rewarding bosses that you've cleared for the week. And the last of these 3 missions are the special missions. They are missions that are more akin to achievements. If you've completed some of these before the patch arrives, you will automatically get the points for those upon the update. There's also a limit to the amount of artifact points that can be held in a single time, but the limit increases as your artifact level increases. And lastly, Legion Artifact has a max level of 60, at which point everything will be unlocked and able to be maxed. And as for the artifact levels, as noted in the spreadsheet and what I mentioned earlier, the number of crystals available to you are dependent on your current artifact level, with a max level of 60 having 9 crystals to be unlocked. And at level 1, you start with 3 crystals. As for the crystal stats, crystals can have 3 different stats on them, and the Legion Artifact can have up to 9 crystals total at the max level as mentioned earlier. And each crystal can be raised up to level 5, but the max level of stats is level 10, therefore you will need 2 crystals to max out a stat. And you can pretty much think of this as how you would do with boost notes for your 5th job. And once again, as mentioned earlier, the stats of the crystals can be changed to stats that you want by paying 500 artifact points that are obtained by completing the basic, bossing, and special missions. Take note that you are unable to have 2 of the same stats on a single crystal, and must have it on 2 different crystals to be able to max it out. Each crystal has a max duration of 30 days when unlocked, and has to be extended by another 30 days by paying 1000 artifact points. And as noted earlier, I feel like I'm going to say that a lot, these points can be obtained by completing the basic, bossing, and special missions. Also, for those who are on the regular or interactive servers, you will potentially have the option to also buy an artifact booster from the cash shop for 9900 NX. This item can be purchased twice per month, and it increases the artifact EXP obtained from the basic missions by 100% while the artifact booster is in effect. So, that means you must have this on before you complete your basic missions. And as I said earlier with the disclaimer, since this is KMS content and will be coming to GMS, we do not know if we will be getting it, but we will assume that we are. And as for the missions, once again as noted earlier, there are 3 different types of missions. The basic and boss missions, both of which reset weekly. And to repeat this part for the sake of redundancy, boss missions only account for the 3 highest EXP points rewarding bosses only, for that week. And the last mission type being the special ones, where you can consider merely an extension of the current in-game achievement system. Though unlike the basic and bossing missions, the special missions are a one-time deal, so once they've been completed, you cannot get the rewards from it again. And now for the artifact EXP and levels, as you can see from the chart on screen and in the link source in the description, you will need a total of 233,050 EXP points total in order to reach level 60. Thankfully, based off of the information from Thumpsy's video that he also made, we can technically not even bother with the special missions, though they will be a big help early on and even prior to the release of the Union Artifact system. I mean that in the sense that we can pretty much just rely on the basic and bossing missions that reset weekly. Though it will be slow, you will be able to maintain it simply by playing the game as you do already. if you do your dailies and your weekly bossing, that is. And once again, to end off this video, please take note that some of the information in this video may or may not be accurate to a certain degree, as systems as big as this may or may not come with a few differences once it has been ported over to GMS. There are some details that are different. I will try my best to note them or link an entirely new video to highlight these changes in the future, of which you can find in the top corner of this video right now or in the description. And if you spot any errors on release, please let me know in the comments. And with all that being said, thanks for watching and the continued support, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye!